What's up, everybody? Happy New Year, and welcome back to my studio. Ugh, you take a month off, and you forget everything. Like, it took me an hour. No, it took me 2 hours to get set up for this. It used to take me 15 minutes to half an hour. So, wow. Off to a good start already. So, that's why I'm a couple minutes late. Hello, everyone. Hello, D. Lynn. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Clark. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you can hear me. I hope everything's going okay. Everything looks okay. YouTube gave me problems. OBS said I couldn't do anything. And now YouTube is giving me problems. I'm trying something new. It's telling me that my stream status is poor. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, there's something I have on. Am I choppy or anything? Because what I'm seeing in YouTube looks very choppy. And I know exactly what's doing it. The new thing I was trying is that while I'm streaming and recording, I am also recording the just the art camera with none of the overlays or chat or any of that, trying to get just a clean, say, a little choppy. Yeah, trying to get just a clean, like, raw footage from the one camera. So, and it seems to be overloading my system a little bit, but my computer is a little over a decade old, and it's starting to show its age. So, when I move around a bit. Okay, I'm going to turn this thing off. Which means I have to move to the next thing, so I'll just start it. Okay, now I have the box to click. Okay. Tell me if that... Yeah, it was getting choppy on my end. Okay. Tell me if it just picked back up, because it should have, because I turned off the second recording bit thing. It was worth a shot, but I knew it was overloading, so I wanted to see if it was worth even trying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully it's a a boat ride. Interesting. I hope you're in better weather than I am, because it's freezing here. And I left the window to my studio open yesterday and came in this morning to an icebox, and I turned everything on and every light in the studio in hopes to warm it up. Okay. I'm still getting that error message though, so that's a little annoying. But the error message is from YouTube, so hopefully it's better. Anyway, let's do some talking. Yes, I had a month off. in which I was doing stuff, and I had a lot of time to think about what I'm doing here and how well things are going, and I had a lot of time to delve really deeply into my YouTube analytics. And it's very clear looking at the numbers that somewhere about 4 to 5 months ago, YouTube changed something. And my live streams, which I really enjoy doing, would just, well, they just die after they're uploaded. Once the processing is finished, that's it. Nobody ever watched them. So they're either not coming up in live streams, or either not coming up in search, or I don't know. But my live streams from like January to like mid-August, early September were doing really well. And they had a life after they were done and processed and complete. They would, some views would trickle in as they went along, and now they don't. I don't know what YouTube changed or why they changed it, but now once a live stream is over, you might as well forget it. It doesn't exist. So I'm gonna have to do something different. So I am gonna continue live streaming, but I am gonna cut back. I'm thinking maybe every other week with an edited video in between. Don't know. I will also be trying to do a live stream now and then, probably once a month. That will be only on my Patreon, but then I'd be talking to 3 people, so we'll see how that goes. Not to say I don't appreciate those 3 people. I really do. Thank you very much for being my patrons. But yeah, things have got to change if this is going to ever be an income generator, which is something I really need because I don't have a real job outside of this. And, things are extremely tight. So for the new year, I gotta change something up, and I gotta start getting things working better. And I'm still getting this error message. So I don't know why. It won't go away. How are we doing here? Yes, yes. The end of my year and beginning of this one was not fun. I was stuck doing all the driving and stuff for my sister again. And it wasn't her fault. She was supposed to have a year off before getting her second hip done. She had her first hip replaced, and then she was supposed to have the second one done she was supposed to have the second one done a year later. And her job turned around and said, like, we can't look at you walking around like this in pain every day, so you're going to have to get it done now. So it was thrust upon me, very abruptly, and that's what I had to do. So, hey, things happen. What do we got here? I hope everyone has had a good new year so far. So far, not too bad. Everything is slowing down on my end, and I'm getting back into the swing of things. Playing some catch up, working on some stuff. So, it's looking good. D-Lin. You joined what today? Hi, Gypsy. You know, between Gypsy, I want to say between you and Caution, with both of you are doing your art hall Christmas videos, made me extremely jealous because I got one gift this year and you can't see me. I'm talking to no one because this automated stream thing is too weird sometimes. Yeah. So, this is the project we're working on today. And I forgot to turn off the autofocus. All right, we're really getting into things here. Autofocus off. Stay focused. Okay. Told you, I forgot how to do, like, everything. So yes, I got one Christmas gift this year. Just one. And it wasn't even from a family member or anything like that. When the camera finally pans to where it should be, I think I might be able to change it. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't mess things up. I'll just try this one. Okay. Can you see my door? Let's see. No. Okay. If I can pan this out a little bit. The thing I'm using as my new logo there on my studio door. That is that was the only real gift I received. I did get one from my brother, which was a sweatshirt of the college my niece is in, which is cool, but yeah, wasn't the most thrilling thing. But I do appreciate it, and you know, it was fun to have it. So let's get started. Putting stuff away. It's still freezing in here, so. A little warm coffee to warm me up. Hi Teresa, thank you for joining me. Where are we? I missed a bunch, so. Okay, it's looking good on your end. You did? I didn't get a message. Oh. So you did. Thank you so much, Giblin. That means a lot to me. It really does. You know, this YouTube isn't paying me anything, so I've been working for 5 years for YouTube for free. So it really does mean a lot. It's not a lot, and it's trickling in. You know, since I had the 3 patrons, and since I subscribed to Lisa's Patreon, basically in the 3 months I've had 3 patrons, I've made $10. So that ain't gonna pay for nothing. So thank you so much for joining. Hopefully there'll be new content coming. I'm still working out my scheduling and everything. Ooh, Jamie, I'm sorry. That that sucks. It's definitely it's going around again, and we're not going to get out of it until stupid people stop being stupid. Anyway, let's not talk about that because YouTube doesn't like it. You know. Not really, Teresa. Um, Teresa said, let me, well, that's not in the right spot, but at least you can read it. Yeah, there's really nothing. Keep watching. Yeah, that's the best thing. Like and share. Throw a comment on the video after it's been finished. Yeah, stuff like that helps. Liking and commenting is always pretty much the best way. And we're going to have to get started on this art eventually. Um, Clark said I should be live Thursday to share my Christmas haul and fill everyone in on what I will be doing and where things are headed for me as well. Yes. Everybody's going to have to rethink things because, like, yeah, when Lisa first suggested that I start doing the live streams, everything she said made sense. And it did make sense at the time. It was great advice. If you do a live stream, you basically make a 2-hour video that uploads and you know that's it, you're done, you don't have to edit it, it's just there. But now that they're not being shared, it's it's a mess. So I don't know what to do. uh and Clark's Fine Art, I didn't redesign it. My logo is still going to be my logo. The sign thing is, it's a metal sign which is powder coated. It can go outdoors or indoors, but it's about this big, so it's not real. If I put it on my house, it's just gonna disappear. So I put it on my studio door, which is awesome. Um, it was a gift. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who it was from, but I'm sure most people could probably guess if they actually took the time to think. Um, yeah. Um, so I just threw it up for now because I really do like it. I think it's such an awesome little sign and such a creative idea for a gift for an artist, to give them a sign that is like about their art, and that very cool, very very cool. Um, yeah. So as I wrote in the description, I I don't do normal very often, so it's January and everybody's done with their Christmas art. I'm gonna do some Christmas art that I never got to, and the whole idea behind it was that it's a present that was wrapped really badly. That's it. Everybody draws nice, perfect. Here's a pretty present, and I don't want to do a pretty present. So I have my watercolors here, my watercolor pencils out, and we're basically going to be using. I'm going to be doing it the way I did it the last time. I need a watercolor brush, which I don't seem to have. Sorry, I'm off camera while I try and find the brushes I'm looking for, because like I said, I am not set up at all. These three should do. I'm just going to scratch some of this color onto the paper. And I gotta find a better way to have a palette for doing this, because basically what I'm doing every time is I'm just using a piece of paper that is watercolor paper. So every time I do a watercolor piece or something that involves a watercolor paper, I'm using two pieces instead of just one. I'm just scratching down some color onto this paper so that I can wet it and lift it off like it was regular watercolor. I'm not gonna scribble over here on the drawing. Um, Not completely sure what colors I'm using yet. I had the idea and I drew it out, but then everything, imploded on me, so I didn't really have much time to figure out exactly what I was going to be doing. I'm sure we've all been there when life explodes in your face. And one of the things that gave me the idea for this is that I was, oh wow, everything just jumped. Uh, oh, okay, where was I? Oh yeah, so like I would do something like this. My mom, see, you guys aren't seeing anything. So let me, where's my water? I am so unprepared. Okay, I'm just going to start off, let's say, down here. So yeah, my mom would, that is not wet enough. My mom would wrap presents, and then my sister would wrap presents, and then my dad would wrap presents, and there'd always be pieces left over, that they cut off. And I would take all of those pieces and wrap one present in all of the different papers. And they would overlap, and they would just be very strange and not ugly and not terribly wrapped, because I am a good wrapper. Um, I have had retail jobs in the past, and I learned how to wrap things very quickly and very efficiently and very prettily. Prettily? Is that a word? I don't know if that's a real word. Well, it is now. And I know before I took my break, I was I was working on a landscape. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't think I was going to be able to jump right back into that landscape after the break. I just didn't feel confident going into something that I cared that much about, because I really do want to do a good job on that landscape. So I figured I'd start with something a little easier and that I never got the chance to do in December like I wanted to do it. Okay, so starting off, a little bit of red, trying to soak up a little bit of that. I don't have a paper towel for rinsing, so let's get one of those. Clean that off. And now I'm going to jump into a little blue, a little light blue here. Oh, don't touch that I didn't wet this whole thing first. I'm not going for the like super solid coverage. I want it to have that watercolory look to it. But I'm not doing the, wet it all and then let the color drift where it will. I want the color to be where I put it. And I don't have my table tilted like I normally do. I mean, I think it's a little bit tilted, but usually when I work with watercolor, I tilt it a lot. So, let me catch up on chat. Yeah, everything needs to slow down so we can all have our art time. I think you're talking about the sign, and yes, the sign is very cool. This is still not in the right spot. I think that's a little better. Okay, hi Sheila, thank you for joining me. I don't think I welcomed you. Um, I'm not sure what I'm a rebel about, but you know, thank you for joining me and commenting. I'm thinking inside the outside of the box. Figure that one out. I have, I don't know. I have an aunt that would do stuff like that. D Lynn. Yes, definitely. So I'm just adding like a little bit of a shadow up in here, which I don't want it to be too dark, but soak some of that up. Because this is going to have stuff on it, like, like snowflakes and such. This, I didn't draw out. If you saw the thumbnail picture, which was the original drawing, I had snowmen in here. So I'm going to have to try and build these snowmen without covering up the wrong spots. Let's see if I can do that. I gotta remember how I had them. So, I think there's supposed to be a little spot here. And there's supposed to be another one kind of hiding over here. Okay, now I can fill in around that. A little more water. So yeah, this whole project is just, this is a warm up to other things. I also realized as I was creating the drawing for this that I have no idea how to tie or draw a ribbon. Good looking out, Clark. Yeah, the bots. YouTube knows all about those bots, but they're not doing anything about it. And this is exactly why you turn off the ability for people in the chat to post links. They can type it, but you can't click on it, and that's good. And when I'm done with this, this will all get a bold black outline. So, yeah. I I do too. I like terribly wrapped gifts as well. And by terribly wrapped, I don't mean they have to look like garbage. They're just authentic and real. I definitely have gone overboard in wrapping. I often get asked if I had it professionally done. Does that look green? It kind of looks green, right? It's looking a little tealish on there. Okay. Now up here, I don't know how I'm going to do the top yet. Maybe like stripes. Like a candy cane, maybe. Then I'll try and really thin this out. You know what? Let me just. I'll make a little spot of a brighter pink and mix the two. Should really let that dry first. Let me see how this color works on this side. Yeah, that's a brighter pink. what that is, but it shouldn't be there. Ooh. Not sure what's going on there. What's trying to cross the border? That looks like it dried a little bit. You wet this, come back in, get this tiny spot first. And I am definitely not being neat with this. This is going on how it goes on, and that's all I care about. Back into a little of the deep red to get a shadow down here. Dab that off. I need a little bit of the green for a shadow. Because that is the lid of the box. So. I'm trying to make a very thin light blue to give my snowmen a little shape. You really won't be able to tell that all of these are snowmen, but hopefully most people will be able to figure out what it is as it goes. Yeah, this is completely just for fun. Yes, the graphite will definitely show through the watercolor. I am using the Aquarel, I think, yeah, the water soluble graphite. So I'm hoping most of it will blend away as I'm going. But yeah, I should have put that up before I answered the question. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Letting this dry a little bit. Before I start doing any second coats, I do want to try and fix up. And I need some more red here. So I can get it nice and sharp. Go back over these little lines because they blend it out a bit. Yeah, it looks okay. I'm definitely not a professional when it comes to watercolors or watercolor pencils. I think this is my second time using them, so. I think I'm caught up. Oh, okay. Where am I? What am I doing here? Trying to suck up a little excess water so that it'll dry a little bit faster. Because nothing in my studio is organized right now. That picked up a little too much. But that's gonna happen. Okay, so I do need a little bit of a light brown. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to that light brown. A little bit of like a pinkish color maybe. Trying to get a good cardboard color. You know, like it's the box underneath. Mm, and that might be a little too yellowy. Looks a little bit more like I spilt my coffee on the drawing instead of cardboard. And in case you were wondering what the jagged edge is supposed to be like the end of the paper, you know? Let's see if I can make that a little bit more brown. Okay. We're definitely getting there. The ribbon. Not sure how I want to do the ribbon. Maybe also like a more of a cranberry type red. Where did my other red go? So that it'll be like a cranberry red, but a little bit warmer than cranberry. Well, putting my hand right in the wet spot as usual. Thanks, Giblin. Oh, don't flick your brush. And to give it its bold outline, I'm probably going to use black ink tints to do that. No, who said that? Hi, Kimmy. Thank you for joining. This is not Inktense. This is the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils that I'm using, but I'm using them more like powdered watercolor than I am as pencils. Ooh, that's glaring. No, 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 no. I'm not trying to take color away, I'm trying to put color in. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of dark blue to that. To give me a really deep purple, because this is the inside of the ribbon. It's so cold in here, my hands are shaking. Don't know what that is or why it's getting all clumpy. Ooh, that was bad. Really got to stop my hands from shaking. See if I can get this to even out a bit. I don't know if that's actually pulling off the look I'm going for, but we'll see as we go. Um, let's see. I need a very deep green, which I don't think I have, so I may have to add to it to make it darker. I want the deep green for these stripes on the side of the ribbon. It's looking pretty good. It's a nice, almost deep green. And that could be a little thicker. A little darker. I'm going to need some more of that green. Originally, I was thinking I was going to do 2 different colors of ribbon, but I think I'm going to keep the ribbon all the same. Might need a slightly thinner brush coming up here. Where that's the one I want. Rinse this off. Dab it a little dry, just so it doesn't get ruined. Since that's wet, I'm going to try and start over here. Uh, I am scribbling and then just putting the water directly onto it. My favorite medium used to always be oil. And since finding Lisa, I don't know, what was it, 7, 8 years ago, I've definitely moved more towards the acrylic and colored pencils. Um, Definitely something to be said about fast drying mediums over oils, because I used to take, like 6 months to do a single painting, because that was the way I taught myself to do it. So being able to do something in acrylic and have it done in, a couple of days or a week is far better than 6 months. I mean, in 2020, I made, I think it was 9 drawings or 9 pieces. In 2019, I made 4, I think. And last year, I probably did 24. So it's definitely picked things up, and having the time to do it also has helped me. I'm working on I started it in November, but never got around to finishing it. But I started a kind of like a let's look back at the last year. What were my 2021 goals and what are my 2022 goals video. So that should be coming sometime, maybe February. I don't know. I'm working on it. It was supposed to be at the end of the year, but life got in the way. It's really not dark enough. Scribble a little more. A little water. Not too much water. Get a little of that blue in there. Go over this one again. Gotta at least get the illusion that they're all the same color. I really don't like the way that purpley red came out. Doesn't look too bad on screen, but here it's drying to like almost a brown color. Yeah, I can only imagine, Clark. I mean, I think it's 28 here today. I don't know what it is by you. Fingers in the paint again. Fingers in the paint again. Don't put your fingers in your paint. It's bad. No, I just need... No. I just need to not forget to close the window. Because generally this room is warm. This room is overly warm normally. So... Okay, now I'm going to grab some of that red. And this is not going to look right because, like I said, I realized I don't know how to draw a bow. But this is supposed to be one of the other bows in the background. And I don't think it's going to come across like that because I'm not sure the shape is right. If you were looking through one bow, and seeing like the fold of another one in the back. That's what I was going for. But it may just be confusing to the eye because it's, like I said, it's not drawn very well. This was kind of slapdash together, so. I think it was George, who I don't know if he's here today, but George messaged me the other day to ask me if I was going to be streaming today, and I said I might be, and then I quickly tried to put something together with something I had planned on doing, but never got to it. Not sure what to do over here. These two spots feel too blank to me. Any suggestions of what to put in there? To try and make it a little bit more, I don't know, a little more festive. In my opinion, Laura, not really. I did. I have a pair of the like the mittens where you can flip the tops off of your fingers. Those I like, but just fingerless gloves, no. That that to me is just a mess. They don't ever seem to work for me. Not the way I want them to anyway. This is definitely looking extremely sloppy, but that's okay. Um, where am I going here? How much more do I need to do? I need a light, a very light green touch, just a touch around this edge. Around this edge. See if I can just smooth that out a bit. Nope, I don't like it. And that messed that up. See if I can clean that off and scrub a little bit of that out of there without it bleeding too much. Uh, Ooh, negative with the wind chill. Ooh. Can follow the stripes around? I guess that does kind of make sense. Should I keep them at the same angle or should I screw up the angle to make it look different? Like the person who wrapped it didn't know what they were doing. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, that wasn't thin enough. Hmm, I like it. That one looks better than that side looks better than the other side. Negative 30. Every time I think that you and Nick have convinced me that one day I should move up to Maine, you go and tell me something like that. As Lisa would say, not the zombie virus. Um, where was I? I wanted to try and even this part out a little bit more. I want this to be more solid red than pink, so I'm just using the side of the brush to get the jagged edge of the paper. Hopefully it works. It's definitely more red. Okay, now I need to go back to my deep cranberry red for these parts here. And I'm going to need a lot of it, so scribble, scribble, scribble. If you want to see how I'm scribbling, it's just making it as deep and thick as I can get it. A lot of coverage. And I take the water, put a little water in it, mix it up. That's it, just like regular watercolors. I should probably switch to a bigger brush, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. This will probably need a few coats to get it the right shade. Like I said earlier, in case anybody's here who wasn't here earlier, this is just for fun. This is, you know, nothing special. This is just me playing around with an idea. It wasn't meant to be the most perfect piece of art I've ever done. It's just, I think I said this earlier too, it's just a warm up to getting back into the live streaming. Because a month break really takes a toll on you. I had hoped I would come up with you know, a whole bunch of ideas I could do once I came back, and I just never got there. Inside this inside this box, Michael Perry, um, I'm gonna say inside this box is Schrodinger's cat. Hi, Starving. I didn't see you earlier. If you came in earlier, thank you for coming in. Hi, Heather. Wow, I'm missing a bunch of people because the chat is jumping around like crazy. I definitely got to try and even that out a bit. This is looking too streaky for me. Kind of wet the whole thing down and hope it evens itself out a bit. I'm going to need a little bit more of that color. So that I can try and even out these parts up here too. And get them a little bit darker. I really don't like the streakiness of that, but it's okay. They make me cry too, and mine aren't much different. I mean, they're slightly warmer, but not by much. And yes, that is the perfect response, Clark. Clark, Angela. Angela Clark. You know who I mean. Okay. I do have some black here. Let's see how well this will mix up. Try and make my little snowman look the same. That's 3, huh? Shoot him down, Clark. Shoot him down. Okay, let's see if I can use this black to do the little top hats. Should have gotten that a little bit thinner. It's not too bad. Yeah, just little snowmen. See if I can outline them. Yeah, this brush is probably a little too thick to be outlining with. Eh, they're not the greatest snowmen. Little hint of orange for a little carrot nose. That's a good one. Oh, there's another one. can't help it, Laura. It's a family trait to be self-deprecating. I I don't know why, but it definitely it's something that runs in my family. Usually it's meant to be humorous though. Okay. Let me see if I can just blend that pink out a little bit more on that side. Maybe the other side too. Let it fill in some of those gaps a little bit. Oh, that's getting a little more smeary than I wanted. Trying not to pick up any of that green, and it's getting hard. Okay. Now, if there is one, uh, should I use Inktense or should I just use like a Sharpie? That's the question. I don't even know where all of my stuff is. See, this is what I'm talking about. You leave for a month and you forget everything. Where are my Inktense? Ah, there they are. Okay. Inktense, and I need. Where is my fine liner? Oh, my Japanese fine liner. I love this. I love this brush. Uh, okay. This might be a little too fun of a brush. I don't know. That's why I went with the Inktense. Yeah, I don't have the pencils. I only have the blocks. So, Trying very hard to keep my lines straight with shaky hands. And it is starting to warm up in here a bit now, the window closed and all. Still cold though. I'm jumping around all over the place, as you can see. Mhm. Hey, the snowman. I forgot to outline him. I do. I hold my breath as I'm doing it. Well, my hands are shaking a little less, so I'm getting it's getting a little easier to control my hand. And this brush with these extra super long bristles, I don't know if you can see that. It 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 doesn't translate your shaking to the tip as much as a shorter brush does, so it definitely helps get straighter lines. Still not perfect, but they're good. I think I'm going to leave those back pieces the way they are. Try and redo him a little bit, make him a little darker. Get this a little more even. Don't know. Maybe I can test this over here. Will this show up over? Yeah, that'll show up a little bit. Okay, so on the blue part, I'm just gonna use my Derwent drawing Chinese white to do like a couple of snowflakey type shapes. I don't know how to draw snowflakes. I'm making it up as I go. Probably should have made all of those in the same direction. Couple of little ones here and there. This pencil isn't very sharp at the moment either, so let me give it a quick sharpen. That's a little better. Until it breaks. Um, hmm. I'm wondering if I can. Where did I put my flat brush? Make sure you are nice and clean. Still got some color in there. Give it a good scrub. Wet it a tiny bit. Okay, let's see if this will work. I'll put just a little bit of water across this. Let it sit for a second. Nah, didn't work. See if I can scrub it away. I'm trying to lift a little bit of color. The idea is to try and make it look like it's a piece of scotch tape holding it all together. Clark. Ah, Clark. That's a dang lie. That is a dang lie. Scientifically speaking, there are only approximately like 30 something shapes that snowflakes can take. They are not all unique. We have been lied to. I don't remember where I read that, but I did read that somewhere. It kind of works. Kind of looks like a piece of scotch tape stuck over it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There is one thing I want to do, but I'm gonna wait till it's completely dry and is in the original drawing. If you look in the thumbnail, if you look closely, right here in this section, there's a little bit of printing on the box that says this side up and it's upside down because that's the way I would have done it. And that'll be basically the final detail. I do think I need a little bit of I want to outline the vertical lines of the ribbon. Ooh. Okay. Just to try and clean up those edges. Oh. I'm hitting my keyboard and I don't know if I'm hitting anything. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying to clean up my edges and making them worse. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. And since I'm not very creative, I'll just, I'll put it down in here. And there we go. So, it was definitely nice being back. Bye, Heather, if you're still there. That is crazy interesting. I would love to see that. Sorry for moving out of the camera view. Connected by a tube. That's cool. You know, Dylan, there was originally supposed to be some tears that were fixed and a couple of wrinkles on the edges, but it is what it is. It was a fun little warm up to get back into live streaming and make sure I remember how to do all of this part of it. This part is the easy part. The drawing and having fun with painting, that's the fun part. That's something. Absolutely, Starving. Go right ahead. I don't think you can link it, but you might be able to. You can definitely mention the name of it. And if it's not one that I already know, I'll be surprised. So yeah, that's where we're gonna call it quits for the day. I really thank you all for being here. It was good times. I always forget to mention things. What am I forgetting? Angela. Check out Angela's channel. She helps me, and clearly had her hands full with the troll bots today. So, if you're not a subscriber to Angela, you should go there and subscribe to her. Even though she's doing better than I am, I'm pretty sure. She got that gift of gab that I don't have. Not sure yet, Angela. Because I'm still working on figuring out exactly how I want to do stuff. I may do a couple as I normally would have before the break. So I may do like January to February every week, and then slowly start to slow things down while I make some other edited videos that'll take the spot of the live streams. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I procrastinate too much to actually have a solid plan in place. So, yes. Check out the challenge in the Lockery artist groups on Facebook and MeWe. They are super simple this time. It's just a collage of your favorite works or all of your works. I don't care. From 2021. Uh, so it's you don't have to create anything new and unusual. I'm taking it easy on everyone, especially since I created a challenge for December and never got around to posting it until it was way too late. So I just let it go. Um, it would have been fun because it was holiday themed, but not just Christmas. It would have been any holiday. And there was also for a while there was a concept of making a holiday like a Christmas card, like a holiday card, but for a holiday that was not one that you celebrated. I thought that might have been too hard and too annoying to people, so I let that idea go. Um, but yeah, make a collage of your favorite works from 2021, and I'll be glad to add them to my video. Check out my social medias. Everything, is in the description. Angela's link is in the description, or at least it should be. Um, please, if you'd like, check out my Patreon and see if there's anything there for you. Don't worry, be happy, Michael Perry. I've heard that song a couple hundred times in the last 2 weeks because I was playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and it's in it, and there's only so many songs in the game, and they repeat. It's got a really good soundtrack though, and was a fun game. Anyway, um, yeah. Uh, Thanks, Clark. I thought so. I thought it would be fun, but I know that I have a tendency to make the challenges in a way that people seem disinterested in them. They're too tough, or the concept is too hard to visualize. And like if all you know is Christmas, how are you going to make a Hanukkah card? It's not going to work. So, um, bye, Kimmy. Uh, Take care. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let me wrap this up for real now. Yeah, check out all the things. Hit the buttons. Do the things, and we'll maybe see what we're working on next week. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember, this is not a how-to video. This is a how I do video, and I appreciate you all coming, and I'll see you next week. Bye. There's